So what has been your favourite stream? So this, right. So Volk has amazingly so made this for me, which I think is fantastic. And I hope more people show up to see it, because I've never had something like this done for me before. This is insane. So yeah, so congratulations on making it nearly to your stream anniversary. To celebrate, you are going to compare all of your past streams for which you enjoyed the most. This could be because of the game, the experience with chat while playing, or just because it was something you've always wanted to do. To fill some blank spots, there are a couple where you appeared elsewhere. Hope you're talking through your choices, and congrats once again. Damn, so this is... Is this every stream? No, it can't be every stream, right? What on earth? Every game. This is gonna take forever. Wow. Holy shit, man. Okay. Oh, this is gonna take... There's so many different aspects to this. Right, okay. No. Oh, shit. I just broke it. F5. Fuck off. F5. No! Oh, it's fine. I'll just click it. I fucked up. It's fine. Maybe right-click takes it off. I don't know. That'll be fine. I was hoping you could, like, zoom in, but it's fine. It'll manage. Do an incognito. Yeah. Yeah. No, we'll actually zoom on the image though, not the... There we go. I suppose if I just let it do its thing, right? That's better. There we go. So if we do this. Right, so. So my Magic Brawl Wednesdays versus my Papa Scoops playthrough of Resident Evil 3. I can't... So Magic Brawl was the thing I was wanting to do just because at the time I really wanted to play Magic. So that was fine. At the same time, obviously, I didn't get many viewers for it because Magic's obviously so big. It didn't get much interaction. I tried to get interaction through the choice of the decks. But even still, I don't think... there's a reason I stopped doing it, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. Like, if anybody at home wants to find their favourite out of all of my streams, go for it. Look, man, this is such an amazing thing you've done. Oh my god. So out of these two, probably the Papa Scoops one, because Papa Scoops makes everything better, surely. Like, even if it was on a Magic one, it would be better. So yeah, we'll say that one. Community Magic, right, okay. Community Magic was slightly better than normal Magic. Because the banter was there. Versus 100-foot robot golf. You know what it is, right? The ones that, like, weren't a slog to play, the ones that get done in one day, are really hard to remember when you've played so many games on stream and interacted with people on stream. So that would have been part of, like, one of the... Because I think it was on a night as well. So it would have been like a wacky Wednesday, wacky Friday. I did enjoy... I enjoyed 100-foot robot golf. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I don't know if I'd ever go back to it, but I did enjoy it. But I do just playing Magic in the community. And obviously we had We had funny moments in the Community Magic one as well, so I think I'm gonna go for that one. Yeah, let's do that one. Oh, Cat Lady versus Prey. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, these are all available to watch. Some series are longer than others by a lot, but you can watch all of these on YouTube, except the Dino Crisis one, which we'll get to. But you know, it's fine. Cat Lady versus Prey. Now these, so Prey was my first long playthrough. We maybe had, no, I think Pokemon was going on at a similar time. But I had more faith in Pokemon doing well. Prey. Why did I play Prey? Not in a bad way. I loved it. It was a great game. But I can't even remember what brought me to play it. I think it was just on, like, it seemed like a cool game to play. Blood recommended. I think so. Yeah. Blood. I think Blood. That's the thing. I can't remember if Blood recommended to me. I was like, oh yeah, sure. Or if I said, oh, I'm thinking of doing Prey, and Blood was like, oh my god, yeah, let's do this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because again, it was super early on, and it's a thing I don't even know now. I'm so petrified of just playing something that no one cares about, no one turns up for. So it's like, So yeah, Prey. Both of these affected me in some mad ways. Cat Lady, I was playing. Try playing Gran Turismo. No, I'm good. I'll leave that to you, as you seem to be enjoying it. I don't know if I'd be enjoying it anywhere near as much as you're enjoying it. But yeah, the Cat Lady, I was playing that at a very rough time. I wasn't doing great mentally. And it kind of helped in the sort of like, it put things into perspective. And it made me feel things. It made other people that were watching feel a lot of things. Moon Wars, he was also going through a rough time, and this kind of did the same for him. It kind of realigned things for him. But then Prey was just a great mindfuck and just a really good game. Like, I can't believe I haven't gone back to Prey yet, because it is just a really good game. For a game that's not even normally my kind of game either. What would I pick out of these two? These two are really high. I wish these two could be further up in the list. This is an early fight that it sucks that one's gonna lose. I think Prey made me like more sort of trying to words on this time. It's not gonna help. Cat Lady I kind of knew a lot of. I randomly saved all these two, try and keep it fair. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. No problem with that at all. But yeah, Cat Lady, I knew a lot of it anyway, so I knew a lot going into it. I knew what I was getting into and all that stuff. Prey, yeah, Prey just did a lot to me and for me, and that's shown in some of the highlights that I made for it. Obviously I don't do highlights as much, if at all, anymore. Prey very much was the reason I did it at the time, because Prey got a lot of good reactions out of me, so I'm gonna go for Prey here. Little Nightmares 2 versus the current Pokemon Soul Silver. Pokemon Soul Silver is a weird one for me at the minute. So obviously it is the current wacky game, streaming 6:30 Wednesdays and Fridays. And I don't feel the same with it as I did for Fire Red. And I don't know why. I kind of feel like I just need to get it done. And it sucks because I'm not actually into speedrun when I'm playing it, but at the same time, I'm maybe just not as much of a fan of Pokemon games as I thought it was. Because again, I've never actually sat down and played them. Oh, I'm not hating the game. I'm not hating on the game. I don't know. I don't think the game's bad. I think if anything, it's a me problem rather than the game. I think the formula for the Pokemon RPGs Is it actually your favourite gen as well? I didn't know. I wasn't sure it was your favourite gen. Ah, no. That's a lie. I did know, because we had this discussion about how this was your favourite gen. But, yeah. I am enjoying it. But Kinde will be sad. He will be. He will be. That's the thing. I think that's what I like about the Pokemon ones, is the way I have the name and Pokemon thing. Yes, it's already getting a little out of hand, but that's fine. The ones that have been named and are in my team, people are cheering for them. Obviously, the Fish God's there. People are laughing at the Fish God being there. You can just ram a load of inside jokes into the Pokemon games, which I do quite like. I think just the formula of the game itself, I don't think I would ever play one not on stream. Now, that's a lie. I have done Let's Go Pikachu, but I know Volk would agree, it's just so simplified in comparison. I think that's why I enjoyed it. I think I just don't really... I can't dive into the Pokemon RPGs as well as kind of... But in terms of a... in terms of a stream game, it has elements of good, elements of bad. Obviously, it's very quickly trying to get me to grind, and I don't want to. And it's making for some fun moments. It's making for some nice tense moments, but at the same time, just very easily out of my depth. The Olympics thing on Silver yesterday looked cool too. It did look cool. However, I wasn't doing it properly. People are begging for the formula to change for years, so you're probably not alone. Oh, right, well, that's the thing. I wasn't sure with it being the Soul Silver if like some of those changes were made. I think very early on I was told not to go for original Red and Blue because they aren't optimized. They do have like those problems. Dragging his dead fish to the street. For the win. Yeah, exactly. Like, although maybe I don't enjoy the game as much as I'd like to, because hell, I've loved Pokemon for years, but I've never played the games properly. The closest I've gotten was the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy, which I'd have more fun playing than playing this Pokemon game. But I do enjoy it, just as much as I'd like, and it can feel like a bit of a slog sometimes. So I don't know. It's a weird one. I mean, we haven't even spoke about Little Nightmares 2. Little Nightmares 2 was played not on release, but like as a release title. So again, that one was more. I enjoyed the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. I liked what it did. Not much for chat interaction though, but again, a lot of people enjoyed watching it. I'll not spoil anything for it. If you want to watch it, watch it. If you want to play it yourself, go and play it yourself. I'll not spoil anything, but I did enjoy the story. So compared to these, compared to these two, Pokemon is just so much grander on every skill than Little Nightmares. Obviously, it's a longer game, more chat interaction, more to it. Obviously, the story is lacking, but it makes up for everything else. And I think Little Nightmares 2, for as much as I enjoyed it, was very much just sort of, oh, this is the new game, I will play this. It's kind of more what it was. And I wanted to play it, and I wanted to find an excuse to play it. So yeah, we'll go for Pokemon. Downfall versus Lorelei. So for those who don't know, we just talked about Cat Lady, which we've already just removed from the running because Prey swamps Cat Lady. Downfall and Lorelei. Downfall is the prequel, pseudo prequel to Cat Lady, and Lorelei is the last of the trilogy. So this is quite an interesting one. I didn't know about either of these. I knew about Cat Lady, I didn't know about these two. I just knew when it came, we wanted to play them on stream, I had to play these three together. And we did. We didn't actually do it like... So for example, we're waiting on Silent Hill 2 eventually for me to do on stream. Or Danganronpa 2. Like, there's things, or Fable 2. There's things that, like, are part of the same franchise that I have gone, but I haven't got around to doing yet, but will eventually. Or like the Pokemon one, obviously. Whereas because they were so small, I figured I'd just do them all in one go, and it took like 2 to 3 weeks to get them all done. Which one do I prefer out of these two? I feel bad because I can't remember Lorelei that well, which probably does explain quite a lot about how I feel about it then. So I think I might just go for Downfall, as like Downfall has that initial shock and sort of like, what the fuck's going on? I don't get it. Lorelei, obviously they're trying to like wrap up a lot of dead ends. There's an end to it. There's a like, okay, it's over. And I don't play these games for that closure. You play them to like explore a very disturbed mind. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Downfall just because the horror is a lot more in Downfall than it is in Lorelei. Lorelei does have its fair share. I can't remember it very well, but it does have it, and the graphics in Lorelei are miles better than Downfall. So yeah, I'd definitely say play these. By the way, these obviously some games are better to watch than play. Some games are better to play than watch. If you've got time to sit down and play the trilogy, definitely do it. They're point and click adventure games, but they're not stupid. You don't. It's not the ones where it's not the very abstract ones that you can get sometimes where it's very lateral thinking. But yeah, Downfall for that one. Just let the other one be. Oh, right, okay, cool. So yeah, so Resident Evil, I mean, I could quickly talk about it, I guess, but I mean, we could talk about it in the next round. But yeah, super early on, I hadn't had affiliate that long with this when this was going on, so chat was, I had a lot of people in chat because they were enjoying Resident Evil and stuff, so yeah, I've been interested to compare us to some other ones, especially if it goes up against another Resident Evil. Because Resident Evil 0 is nowhere near the top of my favourites, but I did enjoy it. It was also very hard, which made for some good viewing. Resident Evil Remake, I believe that's the casual playthrough, because Puff Daddy, Papa Scoops is there. Or Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve disappointed me. I got 61 streams, needed 64. Just realised. Missed the Jane playback reveal. Treat next buy as that if you want. Well, that was a YouTube video though. That wasn't like the playback reveal is like just a random video I put up, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see. How many games? So I've played 61 games on the stream. I'm curious as to... No, randomize on there as well. You know what, that's fine, I'm just going to carry on. Parasite Eve disappointed me. Parasite Eve made me hate playing PS1 games. Some are other appearances to remember. Yes, true. That's fair. Yeah, Parasite Eve made me not want to play PS1 games anymore because there's just an age to them that it just hasn't come up very well. Parasite Eve 2 generally really had good gameplay, good story. The first was a good story. Start to a dead hamster. Yeah, like I will eventually get around to Parasite Eve 2. Kind of like the same with the Silent Hills in terms of like spoopy franchise. That is Resident Evil. I will get around to it eventually, no doubt. I play Metal Gear Solid 1 over and over again, but that's the thing, isn't it? Like, it's surprising how much nostalgia can drag you through some things. And I didn't have any for Parasite Eve. I didn't really for Dino Crisis. Like, for me, Parasite Eve, all I really had were the cutscenes and the music, which even after finishing it, I'd still say I love both. But it's because I'd watch my dad play it. I wouldn't have to go through the gameplay or the finding items that don't have the shiny parts on them and stuff. I don't know, it's just a bit of a rough game to get through, and then obviously for those that were there for it, you saw how stressed I got with the boss fights at the end. And it's like, oh, like Resident Evil Remake I could play all day every day. Parasite Eve, I don't think I will ever play ever again. I can say I finished it, but I don't think I'd ever go back and play it again, which I think is expected. I think that's fine. Um, so yeah, we'll go for this one. And if Papa Scoops wasn't, I remember rightly, Papa Scoops isn't there for all of this one, but he's there enough, and again, makes everything better. Ooh! Now, is that fish percent though? I think I saw it further down. Is fish percent its own thing? Fish percent with Papa Scoops. Okay, so this is just my normal playthrough versus a speedrun of it. Ooh. Now you see, the thing is, I hate my first run of RE4 because. So I played RE4. RE4 is like my second ever stream, and not even like, because obviously the like there's the whole thing on like YouTube stuff where, oh, go back and watch my first video. Also, cause it's still there. Lightning, I would actually like to play Metal Gear Solid on stream at some point. I've finished the first one once, and I remember enjoying it. And I might do it again at some point, because I think there's a lot of love for Metal Gear Solid in the community. It's just one of those things where it never comes up in conversations. It's kind of like no one mentions it, but then as soon as one person mentions Metal Gear Solid, it's like, oh yeah, I loved it. Oh, it was so good. I have finished Metal Gear Solid 1, but it was years ago. But I remember enjoying it, so we might do that again, but no ideas when. You just play first or 1 through 4. I mean, as with any of the franchises that I'm doing, it would probably be I'd do the first one, and then based on how that went, I would consider whether I do. Ultimately, yes, I would like to go through and do 1 to 4, but I remember trying 2 and being absolutely shit, and the same for 3, and I've never touched 4. So I don't know, but I'd definitely be up for doing the first one. I think you can do it in one stream, but it would be a wacky one, so a week maybe. But yes, to go back, so this is my Resident Evil speedruns, which obviously there's multiple of, but it's just me speedrun Resident Evil 4. But then we've got my first ever playthrough of Resident Evil 4 on stream. So my first playthrough of Resident Evil 4 on stream is dreadful, because there's not many people there to talk to. There are some. Do the spin-off. I mean, I quite like the look of Revengeance. I actually really want to play Revengeance, just never got around to it. It's specifically not against race for the speedrun. That's another one. Oh, it didn't. This is specifically not against race. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So this is, yeah, but to be fair, when I saw it, I had in my head like this is just the runs that I do. So that's fine. But yes, my first ever run, like, so it's played pretty much, it's just me sitting in front of it playing it, which is fine. It's fine, but then I get towards the end, and then I don't like the game anymore, so I start speedrunning it. And it's, I don't know, I just don't really appreciate it. I think that's why I ended up doing it again with Fish Percent, because the meme was there as an excuse to play it again, because obviously Volk got the hype up when we forced him to play it, and then the joke was there about the fish, and then that's when, like, it's one of the catalysts that kind of threw the fish god into like one of the main memes of the whole community now. But then it was an excuse for me to play it again with a minor handicap to play it again. Then I could play it properly, or like I could not speedrun it, or whatever. I mean, yeah, I mean, we pretty much try and do it in anything that we can now. Any game that has a fish in it, we try to keep hold of it for as long as possible. So yeah, I think the speedruns just, because obviously, like, as much as I hate the Resident Evil 4 speedrun, it's at least consistent in what it's doing. People want to see it will enjoy it. Whereas the first RE playthrough, if you said to me, Scott, I want to go watch RE4 on your channel, what should I watch first? I would say, if you don't have time, watch the speedruns, because they're only like an hour and a half each, and it's my best ever run. You don't watch the shit ones. But But if you wanted to watch in the full normal playthrough, watch the 50% one because you don't lose anything. If anything, Papa Scoops is the 50% one, which makes it even better. So, yeah. So we'll pick the speedruns one for now, but it will probably get lost eventually. Ooh. So my Time Spiral Remastered box opening versus Resident Evil 7. So for this one, I really enjoyed the Magic the Gathering box opening. It's something I really want to do again. I'm just really trying to work out the specifics of how I want to do it to make it A, financially beneficial, B, that people actually want to watch it. Good question, how long does it take computers to clean up just while I'm here? Clean up as in like a disk cleanup. It depends on how many files there are, and it depends on the size of the drive as well. If it's a disk cleanup, it depends on the size of it and depends on how many files are on it. Can take at least an hour though sometimes. No idea. It's forced after an update. It genuinely varies. Unfortunately. I hope that doesn't help at all, but yeah. Normally you can skip it, but you normally skip it before it starts. Otherwise you've got to sit and watch it. But yeah, so the safe bet Scott normally safe bet Scott says. Yeah. 2 hours I'd say is an average for common hard drive sizes at the minute. But if you've got one massive 20 gig file, it's going to take less time than someone who's got 21 gig files. That's why we have Scott streaming works. You know what? I'll take any excuse for me to plop me on the background line, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, so the Magic opening. It didn't do very well in terms of viewership. However, the people that turned up, when I asked them about it, they were like, oh, that was great. I don't even like Magic, but that was just really chill and I enjoyed it. And I was like, oh, okay. So there is, even though it doesn't do very well, the people that are there are loving it. So, and I enjoy doing it because I just enjoy opening Magic. It's a great excuse for it. However, I don't collect cards anymore. I tend to only get the singles that I need. The reason we got this one in particular. Hi Pikachu in the background. Oh yeah, Pikachu saying hi to each other. Oh, you said hi to both of them. They both say hi back. They love you. So yeah, it was an idea that partially worked and I would like to do again. I see it work out the specifics. Final Fantasy 7. Resident Evil 7 was very much again, it was just kind of had to be done. As much as I love the Resident Evil franchise, 7 isn't the strongest one of it. I don't like how strong it is on the horror. I think the second half of the game is forced and boring. So yeah, the Magic Gathering one did a lot more for the channel than the Resident Evil 7 one did. So yeah, we'll probably go with that one. Oh right, I was trying to work out what the fuck that was. Right, the Resident Crisis charity stream versus the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Ooh. So for those that don't know, Resident Crisis it's a Resident Evil Dino Crisis speedrun marathon. It was my first ever marathon. It was my first ever time appearing on a marathon. I was on with Race for Resident Evil 5, and then I was on with Eric like, if you don't know him, and Matthew Soros Rex for RE4. Had lots of fun. I wouldn't say I'm the best speedrunner, but I still had fun doing it. I felt quite confident as well in terms of it kind of helped me feel like I was confident in terms of talking online. Not that I'm getting any feedback, it's not like I was on my own. I had Race or whoever. don't know the thing to shout out. Well, yeah, we could do. So, when I did it, it was over on Ari's. So, Ari's Speedruns. Yeah, that's it. So it was over on that channel, and I think they do it every year. I think they're intended to do it every year because it did really well in the end. But yeah, it was I've always wanted to go to a speedrun marathon. Obviously, the big one's the GDQ, but it would be fun to do it if it's still online for a GDQ. That was the first multi-day one, right? I would quite like to go on, like GDQ, like a GDQ, like while it's still online. I mean, the issue is this will probably be the last one before they go back to normal, I imagine. But if it was ever online again, I'd like to apply for that. If I could go in person, that would be great. But that's, it's finding someone who would go with who is interested in speedruns as much as I am. Yes, Race likes the speedruns, but he'll tend to only watch the Resident Evil ones. I will literally watch pretty much any game ran. For those that don't know, I actually take time off work and everything to watch it, because I'll just watch everything that's on and just use an excuse to chill out and just watch stuff that I enjoy. And I would love to go to that, but I've never travelled, so if the experience, yeah, exactly. I think at some point we will eventually go. A, money, B, passport, C, it's finding the worth to go. But yeah, we get there. Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I enjoyed it. It was recommended by Vulk before I employed the very strict pick a game clause. I did enjoy it though. I wouldn't say it was bad. Was it a filler game or was it its own stream? I think it was its own stream. I can't remember the puzzles, and I think the puzzles were boring, if I remember rightly, compared to what it should be. It was a full stream. Yeah, okay. I enjoyed it for what it was, but it was closer to a walking sim than like a puzzle discover what happened game, from what I remember. I don't remember the puzzles very well at all, which kind of makes me think they weren't worth remembering. I'd recommend playing it. I don't think it was a good watch because it's very slow. It's very story oriented, which was good if you enjoy story, but if you want to help and get on with the story, then maybe just kind of to enjoy it in your own time at your own pace. But yeah, comparing those to like my first ever stream, first ever marathon day, we'll click on that one. Right, so Left 4 Dead, which will have been the big Brain Boy community one, so that'll have been me, Vulk, and Mr. Midnight all doing Left 4 Dead. My first stream on my new PC, which crashed twice, that was terrifying, but I did enjoy it. Then Five Nights at Freddy's, fucking hell. So Five Nights at Freddy's was community driven, so I had put the gauntlet out to be give me all of your channel points, your brains for research, give me enough of them and I will do Five Nights at Freddy's. But if you don't miss it, if you don't hit it, I'm not doing it because I don't want to do it. No, they absolutely nailed it, unfortunately. Five Nights at Freddy's was fine. It was fine. I found it was good to watch. I got the funniest part was I got like 22 followers that stream, and I think I lost all of them the following stream because they just found I wasn't doing Five Nights at Freddy's all the time, which I find quite hilarious. But Alexa, can you set an alarm for 3 a.m?
Alarm set for 3 a.m. tomorrow. When your alarm sounds, if you need a few more minutes, just ask me to snooze.
Now surely I'm allowed to just turn it off right now, right? I mean, I'll probably still be awake by 3 a.m. Never mind that. It distract me. Is that boo for me? So if you get to. Right, you know what, right? You know what? I'll not do it until after I've done this. If I remember, fine. If I don't, well, I'm fucked, don't I? Okay. So yes, but I did really enjoy the Left 4 Dead one. Boo for cancel. I haven't cancelled it. I haven't cancelled it. So yeah, but it's right there in the chat, so I'm gonna remember until you do it. I've taken out of the channel points thing as well, because could just done that anyway. I really enjoyed doing Left 4 Dead 2. When I look back, I really enjoyed that. But there's this weird thing. I'm trying to work out this balance between solo streams and group streams. It seems to be with group streams, it's really hard to keep people watching because you're talking amongst each other and not talking to chat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I absolutely get that. Like, if I go watch someone stream, I'm either going to be lurking, which, you know what, if you're going to lurk in the stream, that's fine. Obviously, people know I don't mind lurkers. But if you come to the stream to talk to people, if you come to the stream to talk to the streamer, whether they're big or small, it's even harder when they're talking to other people in their stream. Which I've always found, and I try my best to still talk to. I try my best if I'm in a group stream to talk to chat over other people, but I still don't know if that balance is right. So I enjoy Left 4 Dead. Like, I'm gonna pick Left 4 Dead here because I enjoy this more than Five Nights at Freddy's. I liked Among Us for when we muted. Yeah, that worked quite well. Like a nice sort of like half and half kind of thing. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Also, yes, Bound for Blood looks great. I didn't play the beta. I'm hoping I have a crew of people to play with when it comes out. I haven't asked anybody yet though, but if you do want to play Bound for Blood when it comes out and you want it to be on, if you're okay being on stream, let me know. Yeah, so we're gonna pick for the Left 4 Dead one because again, I enjoy playing games with Volk and Kyle, Mr. Midnight, and yeah, and obviously lockdown was still a thing, so it was just a lot. I had a lot of fun with it, and I love Left 4 Dead. I played Left 4 Dead when it came out. Very nostalgic for me as well. Whereas Five Nights at Freddy's, like, it did well for the stream, but didn't do very well for me at all. So, Village demo stream versus the randomizer. Now, this is interesting. Because, so the demo stream, obviously, semi-recent. It just reinforced the fact that I'm really excited for Village. I thought, yeah, so it was in the place of a maybe Brick Record Monday. So there's obviously the worry of it wasn't really what people were expecting. I always try to manage expectations as in advance as I possibly can. But yeah, demo stream, I just wanted to get it played, and I just totally forgot about it. But yeah, it was alright, it was fine. The Resident Evil randomizer, I love the randomizer. I've learned that I couldn't play it regularly because it's so fucking stressful. The first time I did it, which I think I had affiliate by then. I must have had affiliate by then. I think that was Channel Point Redemption. I think I was blindfolded at some point. Land Sharks, yeah. People loved it when I first did it, whether you liked Resident Evil or whether you didn't. People came, people loved it, I think it's obviously like people know what to turn up for now. And when I did it semi-recently, well, it was before the demo stream, but like when I did it like a month or two ago, it didn't seem to get much flack. It didn't seem to get much interest. I don't know if it's because obviously like it's just a repeat of what I did before, but I feel like randomizers you can do that because it is different every time. I even tried to change it up by doing the hard mode one, which I somehow fucking finished. And I don't hate anybody. I don't hate people for not turning up. It's just obviously my own expectations were kind of shifted then. So it was a bit of a strange one. I think I'd still pick randomizer over the demo stream, because I still enjoy the randomizer. I can't play them loads. I think I did like 3 in one stream last time, and it was just by the third one I was like, no mate, I'm just sick, because your brain's constantly trying to decipher information that it's used to being in one formation and then not in another, and then like when you go to do that again straight after, you have to quickly shift all the information, and I just didn't do very well with it. It made it harder for me, but I'd still pick that over the demo stream, because demo stream's actually or whatever. Cry of Fear versus Little Nightmares. So again, Cry of Fear was horror game recommended by Volk. Before Big Brain Boys, before Disturbed, before everything, Volk really wanted me just to play this anyway. So the fact that you could do it on stream and have me shit myself in front of everybody was great. Again, I didn't enjoy it because it's just all jump scares, or it's either jump scares or nothing, which is the issue we had with Visage earlier. So yeah, that was currently discontinued. You can still watch, I think it's the first episode of that on YouTube. And it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. The highlight that I made from it is probably just as good as actually watching the episode. Tends to do old school shit quick. Yeah, like you learn very quickly that it's made in like Source Engine and all that stuff, don't you? So yeah, yeah, exactly. The first 30 minutes are the best, and then obviously that's here, and that's when I start to learn. This game's kind of done all it's what. This game has done what it's came to do, and now it's just kind of teetering off into whatever else they wanted to do. So yeah, I very much wasn't fussed about it. So it is kind of the same as Visage is gonna be. Is it's gonna go up? It's gonna go up as an episode, but it's not going any further unless people really want me to. I still haven't heard even a snippet of wanting Cry of Fear to come back, even from Volk. But as Volk just said there, it's because it's kind of don't want to. The first part's best. The highlights hilarious. The highlight reel of me playing Cry of Fear is probably the best. That might be the most viewed highlight, but I've got shared it around quite a lot as well. Little Nightmares, it was on my list to do for ages. I think I played Limbo, and then this was I just decided to do this afterwards. It's either it was after Hellblade, one of the two. I love Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares got me excited for Little Nightmares 2. And I don't know if I can tell you which one's better. I think the first one's still better. Looking back at both of them. But yeah, out of these two, like, this did quite well. But I can't put the jump scary stuff high up because it's just... It doesn't make me feel great. As much as, like... I don't know. Like, because we were talking about Race playing Visage before. And how it's like, oh, he doesn't mind the jump scare bits. Yes, they make him jump. Yes, they do this. For me, I don't know. Just something happens on a much deeper level that I just have to hate them. So yeah, for that reason, we're gonna put Little Nightmares ahead. Oh, okay. So the Jackbox games on Volk's channel. Or the Untitled Goose Game. So yeah, so the Jackbox games isn't actually on my channel, it's on Volk's channel. It was a bit of a fun thing we wanted to try out. It was kind of as Big Brain Boys was just starting. Obviously we're still young as a community, but it was just starting then. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was fun. It's on Volk's channel. I have it linked to my YouTube channel as well in a playlist called Spreading the Madness is what I've called it. Essentially, if I appear anywhere else, it'll go in there. Preferred off-stream group Jackbox. Got so offensive so quick. Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, the group, especially the Big Brain Boys group, There's a lot of elements of it that are considered pretty offensive. But I'm fine with that. Volk's fine with that. He doesn't necessarily get involved with it, but Volk's fine with it. Mr. Midnight's probably the same. I'm probably the most offensive out of the three of us. But even still, like, it is what it is. It is definitely more fun offline. You're still kind of like performing to an audience, although getting the audience in is obviously a lot better on the online one. I feel like we had some better participation there. Untitled Goose Game speedrun. I love Untitled Goose Game. The speedrun wants me to smash it in the fucking face though. Like, it's so stressful for a speedrun because the entire thing is AI manipulation, and it's something that I should have obviously considered straight off and just forgot. But get the fucking slipper. Yeah, it's Untitled speedrun. Nice. Very good. Out of these two, again, I do like the community stuff. As much as I love the Untitled Goose Game speedrun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick this. Because the community stuff is always more fun. So, Rocket League community stream versus the Danganronpa playthrough. Maybe cool to do now that we have more peeps. Yeah, fair. The Rocket League one I wasn't that fussed by. Danganronpa was a slog by the end. Like, kind of the same as Persona 1, which I assume is I'll be coming to. Just so long. And Danganronpa was very slow. Like, it's slow, and then it just kicks off, and then it goes slow again. And that slowed down again is really rough for it. But I wasn't fussed about the Rocket League one for some reason. Also, maybe it's going to be a little delayed. It's going to be a lot delayed. I know. Sorry. You can go without me if you want. I mean, I want to turn up for it, but... yeah, out of these ones, I still liked... as a game, I enjoyed Danganronpa. And the... sort of the... this... half of this. Oh, well, that's fine then. The sort of size that Danganronpa become to. I mean, hell, like, it made way for a lot of inside jokes. Like, Scream Towel came from this. Scream Towel is because of the Danganronpa playthrough. Which, yes, seems minimal. I'm going to join it for a bit anyway. It's just waiting. Quite close. Oh, right, fair. Well, yeah, the intro and outro transitions, exactly, because I just adore them so much. The cosplay, because obviously the maid outfit was worse for wear and wrecked my nipples, so this prompted that as well. So yeah, I think this just did a lot for the stream, to be honest. So yeah. 5 round, I'm fine with that. So yeah, so second game with Jade, which we'll probably go when we get the Resident Evil 5 one. But yeah, a lot of fun things with that, and a lot of relearning of whether I liked Resident Evil 6 or not, which I'll go over later. Alright, so we're doing all this side first. Okay, alright, that's fine. So we can go a bit faster because we've always talked about these in terms of what they are and what I did. So Community Magic, again, is a lot of fun with, because we, especially that one in particular, some of the highlights for that one are hilarious for the Community Magic stream. Issue is it's kind of only funny if you know Magic. I haven't actually gotten a review of it, someone who doesn't know Magic, but Resident Evil 3 Papa Scoops, I can't remember it that well, but it's because it's such a short game, especially when you know when you're going. It's just a really short game. But then I'm trying to think what Papa Scoops game was really good. I thought actually no, it's the Resident Evil 4 one, that's why. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Community Magic again because this isn't the best Papa Scoops playthrough. And the community magic, so like I hurt laughing doing the community magic one. So Prey versus Pokemon, 2 long games. Obviously, this is the second Pokemon game, not the first one. Although the first one was around the same time as this one. So Prey did a lot for me. Pokemon does a lot for the community because there's a lot of scope for inside jokes and shit. But I loved Prey, man. Prey is special. Pokemon isn't complete. Yeah, I think that is maybe where it falls at this point because we're only like 4 episodes in. I think if this was Red, this would be a much deeper conversation. You think like it has opinions? Wow. No, but my point is like nothing major's happened in Pokemon Soul Silver yet. I've had some close calls. It's been really fun to like drag my poor Pokemon through some gyms trying to get it done. But compared to Prey did so much for me, man. I have a special place for Prey that I just don't talk about. Yeah, I think if once Pokemon Red comes up, that's a bigger, different conversation because a lot happened in Pokemon Red. Hey, yeah, it's like whatever. So we'll go for Prey for this one. Downfall versus Resident Evil Zero. Oh. I did enjoy playing Zero. Zero was a hard game. I didn't realize how hard it was, but I did enjoy it. Again, it's special to me because I remember a sub war happening between Cotton Daddy and Anth, and that's when Anth really just shown how massively fucking generous he is to this day. Is that what the Scorpion train? Yes, it is. Well done. I'm surprised you actually. Oh, because you don't like scorpions. Yes, it's this one. But I think Downfall just does so much more. Like I past that. Wasn't here for, but yeah, Downfall. It's yeah. But to be in all honesty, like Resident Evil 0 did again. It was the start of me playing Resident Evil every other game. So not scripted in terms of me playing it, in terms of what I do on it, but the fact that it's there is just very scripted. It had to happen at some point, kind of thing. I think a lot of the Resident Evils kind of have that problem when compared to some of the other streams, because the other games they were picked for a reason, whether it's because the community wanted them or because I wanted them. So yeah, I think Downfall wins in this one. As much as I enjoy Resident Evil 0, like it's just Resident Evil is very baseline, I feel, for the stream. So Resident Evil Remake with Papa Scoops versus Resident Evil 4 speedrunning. I don't know. Because again, Papa Scoops isn't there for all of Resident Evil Remake. And that's no detriment to him, like he was hurting. And I'd already done a randomizer before that. Again, doing it was just half of the course. Whereas RE4 speedruns, it's like, it's the first game I was starting to learn and actually get into outside Resident Evil 5. So I think I have to pick speedruns for this one. Yeah? Just speedrunning in general. Magic the Gathering versus Resident Crisis. So again, Magic is an idea that I want to develop but didn't do well in the first instance. Resident Crisis was me being on a much bigger platform. Didn't see any benefit from it, but it was just nice to be there for it. So I think we're still going to go with Resident Crisis for this one. I still want to do more Magic unboxings on stream though, so let me know what you think. Left 4 Dead versus Randomizer. Oh, mate. I enjoy the randomizer, but I couldn't do it regularly. The fact that I did it a second time really, it should have really been amongst something else rather than being its own stream again, because I didn't enjoy doing it for a full stream. gonna have to close that for now. So. Well, the first time I did randomizer was really good. Left 4 Dead or randomizer? Was this his best streams or best game? Well, that's the thing. Like, obviously, if the game is just better, like for Prey versus Pokemon, just Prey is just a much better game. Or like, it did a lot more for me. Especially when comparing it to an unfinished one, like you said. And again, if we were talking about that particular stream, my computer crashed twice doing Left 4 Dead, so it was technically a dreadful stream, especially because it was from my perspective of a stream. I'm gonna go with randomizer because I enjoy randomizer more than I would. Although I can't do it regularly, I still enjoy more. I like it as premise. I want to do mods for Resident Evil for ages. That's my first. I'd currently only step into it. Little Nightmares versus Jackbox. Looking back at Little Nightmares, some hilarious things happened in Little Nightmares. Because of the whole, when I just implemented my channel points that hadn't been implemented very long, and they were abused to fuck to the point I had to stay in one position for a solid, I don't know, 5 minutes, just constantly dying, and just people just loving it. Jackbox, it is what it is. It is good. It is enjoyable, but you know what you're getting into with it. Whereas I think a lot of surprises came from Little Nightmares, which I think puts it over the edge from that one. So yeah, we'll go for that one. Danganronpa versus Resident Evil 6. So Resident Evil 6 got the buy, so yeah, so second game with Jane. We did Resident Evil 5 before, so she had an idea of how to play games, but still some slight issues we ran into with it. But it was fun. I enjoyed playing a game with other. I think 2 people is good balance because you can kind of talk and chat. You can both kind of talk and chat as long as you're both looking at it. Obviously, as you have more people, that's harder to do. I love you and Jane hate 6. Yeah, we learned Drew to hate 6 as well. Like, it's almost put Jane off playing all together. I think when I say, Jane, we need to play Revelations 2 together, she's going to be like, no. When we played 6. It was Revelations 2, I remember being actually quite a good game. 6 isn't. I don't enjoy 6. I'm not even going to speedrun 6 as a joke, I don't think. So, yeah. I think we just bury Resident Evil 6 now over Danganronpa, because again, Danganronpa's done a lot for the stream as well, and then we'll maybe talk about Jane percent more when we do Resident Evil 5. Community Magic versus Prey. No, Prey was just so much grander than the Magic. The Community Magic was one stream. As much as it was amazing, I would love to do it again, but it's hard to get people, and it's hard to replicate that same mood. A lot of the jokes from the last Community's Magic stream was very organic. It's very sort of off the cuff. We didn't really know what was going to happen. It was just me filling time. I think it was because Volk wasn't streaming, so I figured I'd just fill it with something. I think. And I was just in the mood. I was playing Magic at the time anyway, and everybody else was into Magic, so it made sense. But Prey, obviously, it was my first massive game. Prey spawned the quizzes. Oh my god. Of course it did. One of the biggest things on the channel right now is me doing a quiz every Saturday. Fuck. Yeah, no. That's gonna blow a lot of things out of the water just for that reason. But yeah, that's fine. We'll carry on. Downfall versus RE4 speedruns. Now I keep referring to RE4 as one of my first speedruns, but really it's not actually my first speedrun. Resident Evil 5 was my first speedrun. Learning obviously RE4 is very special to me for so many reasons. Speedrunning it is not. It's a different thing. It's just I just felt like an open goal. It's not an open goal, it's an absolute slog. So I think Downfall still wins because even though I still speedrun Resident Evil 4 regularly on this channel, if you were to say, Scott, would you like to play Resident Evil 4 today or Downfall? I would say Downfall pretty much instantly. Resident Evil 4 is at that point where I have just played it to death. I thought I couldn't play it anymore to death, but I have played it to death now. And I think like Keta mentioned when we were talking about Resident Evil Village, it kind of does that. When you get to the point where you're speedrunning it, it kind of then starts to kill it for you, because you have to look at the game in a different way to speedrun it, and it's almost in a way of not enjoying it. You want to get it over with as soon as possible, and it means fighting through all the boring bits. So I'm going to pick Downfall for this one, which means RE4 speedruns is gone. Resident Crisis versus Randomizer. Mate. I didn't get any benefit from the Resident Crisis. It was good. It was a good experience. But obviously, one of the things we keep referring to is that what it does for the channel. It didn't do anything for the channel, theoretically. It may do in the future, because obviously they'll come and ask me about it in the future. Race will come and ask me to do stuff in the future. But compared to Randomizer, I did enjoy Randomizer more, probably. I don't know if I'll keep up with the speedrunning. It might be a thing I do with Race whenever you ask me about it. It didn't make us any new friends, correct. I mean, obviously Eric was a friend before that. Yes, as a result of me speedrunning, but Eric was already there. Matt, who I speedrun with, he's got his own Discord. He doesn't join ours as much as I love him. He's doing his own thing, which is fine. Yeah. I think maybe that's when it finally drops. I think it's also when we start to see like the Race Chill speedruns, which is a good laugh. Yeah, exactly. I think when we get on the other side with the RE5 Race speedruns, that's very different, because they're just easy to do. I enjoy them. Like, running the Resident Evil 5 with Race is absolutely fine. If you want to get into speedrunning, find ideally someone else who also wants to speedrun and pick a co-op game. It's so much easier than trying to just pick a game that you like and learn it yourself. That's what I've found. Little Nightmares versus Danganronpa. Danganronpa's done so much more for the channel. Yes, Little Nightmares had a good laugh, but the more I think about it, as much as Danganronpa was an absolute slog of a game, it's done so much, and we have to give it that. Prey versus Downfall. Again, especially with the realization that Prey spawned the quizzes every Saturday. Absolutely. Randomizer versus Danganronpa. Yeah, again, like, no. Compared to compared to what we've been saying about Danganronpa, I don't think Randomizer stands here. Here we go. On one side, we have the quiz and making Scott rage a lot, versus cosplay, Scream Towel. This isn't even the one. We've got a whole other side to do, but I think really this is the big one. Scream Towel, transitions, cosplay versus a quiz. I suppose if we were to say that they sort of balance each other out, because the quiz is massive. The quiz is something we've done forever. And obviously, Scream Towel's still a thing. Cosplay is not, but it was quite impactful. I think after that, I prefer Prey as a game over Danganronpa. Much as I love Danganronpa, it's just really long. There's a lot of downtime with Prey. Prey is what you make it, which I think is not something you can say about games quite a lot now. Or like, no, it is. It absolutely is. That's me being silly. But for me personally, I feel like I could play through Prey a completely different way and go through it again. The initial moment of the screen breaks. Mind blown. In Prey. Also, look, you want to see me play Prey. This is before your time. Where the screen breaks? I don't know which one you're talking about. Oh, have you? Oh, cool. Again, fun things I don't know that people actually go back and watch my stuff. But yeah, oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Like, if I were to go back and watch that now, there's just so many parts I'm like, oh, Prey, man. Yeah. Prey's not a game I talk about enough, but it's done so much. Resident Evil 1 versus the race of RE4. So the RE4 speedrun was a blind speedrun. We hadn't actually researched it, so that kind of made it fun. I beat race after doing a halfway through. Only took an hour. I know. I'm so sorry. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. I can try and flick through a bit faster, but obviously, Vulcan put a lot of work in this. Like, it's quite nice reminiscing over old stuff, to be honest, and actually like comparing like what worked and what didn't. Very much enjoying. Oh, that's absolutely. Well, I mean, this is all thanks to you. I could be asked to put this work in. It's my fucking stuff. So thank you. Resident Evil was a slog, man. Like, the only thing I remember of Resident Evil Original, my playthrough of it, is the very end when I'm about to finish the game and then Zombie Girl freezes me and I just have to sit there and take it. And I feel awful remembering it because they've done the perfect thing and you're not allowed to be angry at them, but at the same time you want them to die. I remember being ready to cry when that happened. I think I even got it. I didn't realise the quiz was a weekly podcast at this point. Just describe parenting. Well, that's why. Well, no, I don't want to be a parent then. More so than usual, I don't want to be a parent because I would cave that child's skull in. But that's all I remember. Then obviously the race speedrun was like, it was the first. But I think because I know what's coming, like picking race content, Resident Evil 5 is so much better than Resident Evil 4. I think just that was that your debut speedrun. Well, no, we did Resident Evil 5. Oh, it was my first ever Maybe We'll Break Record. Why didn't we do Resident Evil 5? Why did we do RE4 on my first Maybe We'll Break a Record? Alright, yeah, first Maybe We'll Break Record Monday. Yeah, but obviously the whole reason I started speedrunning was Race was like, how about when you're not streaming, do you want to come and do Resident Evil 5 on, oh, maybe because it was a race, yeah. Do you want to do Resident Evil 5 on my channel? So we had already been doing Resident Evil 5 by that point. That's how our rapport started, was us shitting on each other's faces while playing RE5. But yeah, no, you're right. If that will have been the first Maybe We'll Break a Record Monday, so that has to go ahead of that for the sake of one joke at the very end. Fable versus Cookie Clicker. I think Cookie Clicker was a failed experiment. 20 minutes is way too long for a speed run where all you're doing is clicking. I wanted to have Media Share active, or like a free version of Media Share, which I'm still working on today. Why did it get called Race? New series, but other games too. I mean, maybe. The issue is Race doesn't want to speedrun much past what he does, which is fine. Who keeps trying to pick up more games, fully understands why you should just run 1 or 2 games. Race War is cool too. Oh, Race War could be just random challenge to random competition stuff if we really wanted to. Wouldn't have to be just racing at that point. But yeah, for me, Cookie Clicker was a failure. That's why you haven't really seen it anymore since. I tried to do it as a filler speedrun, but even 20 minutes is just. And then you've got to really like annoyingly set it up as well. And because at the end everyone's ready to go to bed, like I don't do it first, I do it after. I think, even without even talking about Fable, I think Cookie Clicker fails in that respect. However, Fable I really enjoyed. But I just love Fable. Fable is one of my favourite games ever. Which reminds me, we need to get through Fable 2 and Fable 3. Because I believe Fable 4 is on its way within the next year or two, I think. Unfortunately, if we haven't done 2 or 3 by then, I am just absolutely playing 4 on stream instantly. I will find a way. I've got my new capture device, so it should be easy enough to do now. So yeah, Fable wins easily over this. We can maybe talk about Fable when it's more of a competition, because Cookie Clicker, again, I think it was a failed experiment. I don't know if I'd ever do it again, or if I do, it would be more planned rather than being a filler one. Fahrenheit versus Dino Crisis. So Fahrenheit was one of my first streams in this location as opposed to that location, which isn't a lot for you guys, but it was a lot for me at the time, because I was also at the same time trying to sort out microphones, I was trying to sort out improving the stream, I was trying to do a lot of things, because the whole reason I moved the desk was because I wanted to be more comfortable, because this was working for me. I was streaming, I was doing it regularly, I was enjoying it. It's actually something I wanted to put more effort into. So Fahrenheit has a special place in my heart for that reason. And I think it's probably one of the high times of my stream. Just a lot of people were about. Watching. Now different people are about, but it's about the same number. So Laketa wasn't about when Fahrenheit was on, I don't think, because I hadn't done Phasmophobia yet. Race wasn't a thing at all by that point. So it was a different time in my head. In my head, it was a very different time because it was different people. About the same number of people, but different people. Those people don't turn up now. That's absolutely fine. They might turn up again later. It's also absolutely... Sometimes they do pop up from time to time, but yeah, Fahrenheit, I really enjoyed Fahrenheit. You turn up more regularly. You did. And it's fine that you don't. Like, it's vice versa. I now don't turn up to yours regardless of what you're playing. Before I would just turn up and just be there regardless of what's happening. Now I don't. And I think that's absolutely fine. We have different tastes in games. Sometimes they overlap, and when they do, we have fun with it. That's fine. The grand scheme of things, a brand new baby. You say that, like, I mean, how long have you been subscribed? 6 months, is it? So I think you've been here for nearly 50% of my time streaming. Maybe baby's not the right term, but you're right. You haven't been here since the start, but still. Well, you'd have joined around October because it was the Halloween stream that I did Phasmophobia for, right? But yeah. You joined in October. Yeah. So, yeah. A very different time. Dino Crisis, you know what, right? I just hated Dino Crisis by the end. I still have not finished. You can't watch my Dino Crisis playthrough because I haven't finished it. and I refuse to post it until it's finished. Now, I have the video downloaded, and once I finally finish Dino Crisis, I will edit it and I will put it up. But the longer I leave that, the less chance that's ever going to happen. I hated Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis put me in that very uncomfortable position where I just had to stop playing it because I was A, too stressed, B, didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then to go back and finish that now, I would have to do all of that and also finish the game and also learn the controls and everything as well. If I am going to do that, it'll be recorded. The last part will be recorded. It's only like half an hour. I've only got like half an hour of the game left. I just don't know what's there to do, so I'm just kind of fucked until I work that out. So yeah, I think Fahrenheit wins quite obviously over this one because Dino Crisis made me hate it. I don't think I'll go to the second one because of how much I hated the first one. Whereas with Parasite Eve, I didn't enjoy it, but I'm confident that I'll enjoy the second one based on what Laketa says. I don't think I'll enjoy Dino Crisis 2, so it's kind of shot itself in the foot, but meh. Beyond Eyes versus Among Us. Among Us was fun. Again, like Volk said, it's quite a decent one to stream because you've got that balance of you can talk to everybody that's in the game, and then you have to mute to go do your shit. At that point, you can talk to chat. People that die can go into chat. They used to have more people talking to you about the game. It kind of works. Yeah, I remember having fun in that. Beyond Eyes is a permanent unfinished one, which I still need to play unfinished one actually. I should put that on my list. Beyond Eyes caught me off guard. So Beyond Eyes was a filler one. I think it was after Fahrenheit. So I'd finished Fahrenheit and wanted the filler one. Again, Volk was like, "Oh well, this one's pretty good. It's honestly not just a random Volk game. It does look really nice. I think you'd enjoy playing it," and I did. I really enjoyed playing it, and then it kicked me in the bollocks at the end, which I knew it was going to, and I didn't want it to, but it did, and I was very sad. But it also had some very funny moments in that I think are very PC when I look back at them. But it's fine. They're staying online anyway, and I'll just, once I get famous, someone will dig it up and I'll crash and burn then. It's fine. But yeah, it had some funny moments as to how to treat blind people. But yeah, the ending hits you quite hard, especially for like animal lovers like me and Volk. It's pretty rough. Do I prefer it over Among Us? I think you know what, I love being hit in the feels. As much as I like the community stuff, I do love being hit in the feels. Do I pick Beyond Eyes over Among Us though? Or we could let GM watch. No, I mean, you can watch it. You can watch the first half. Like generally, it does kind of come out of nowhere. As you get closer to it, you kind of, yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh, I hope it's not, but it's gonna happen. Like just as you get into the end. But up to then, you're just kind of having a bit of a wander. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to explore. Fuck, I don't know what to pick because these are two very different dynamics. Yeah, take a week off when your feels took a hit. Oh god, don't remind me about that. It was 2 weeks actually. Oh, I think I'm gonna pick Beyond Eyes. It's just a different experience. I think Among Us you can get that anywhere. I think the interaction I had. Hard for me too. It was me answering. My thing is the rapport that I would have playing Among Us. I think this is no diss to me or anybody else. You play Among Us with randos. I don't know what you mean by that, but I don't know if that helps or makes it worse. But I think the rapport that I had with everybody else on Among Us, you could get somewhere else, just the same. So I think Beyond Eyes is just a bit different. Cold Fear versus Leon B. Now this is an interesting one for me, at least. Like I like it that much. I'm willing to play with strangers for this. Oh right, okay. Fair. So, as we mentioned before with the Resident Evils on this, the Resident Evils have this horrible thing, which looking back is kind of horrible, where I just had to do them. I have to do them because big Resident Evil fan, and I wanted to have it somewhere of me playing through all the Resident Evil games. We're still doing that now. I'm loving Resident Evil Village. We are going to do it 100%, and then after that, we'll go to a non-Resident Evil game, and then we'll be back with a different Resident Evil. It might be the Revelations games. It could be Dead Aim. It could be Survivor. It could be any of them. I'm still looking to keep doing that, but when comparing them to other streams, they come across as scripted because I just have to do. I just felt this obligation to do them. And you know the game, so it's not like it's a blind playthrough. It's like, oh, how's he going to react to this bit? You know, I know how I'm going to react because I've played it, I've watched it. I've got hundreds of hours watching it, if not playing it. But at the same time, Cold Fear, I don't know how I feel about it. Definitely felt like a Resident Evil clone. Clone being the operative word, bear in mind, which very commonly is compared to as a lesser version of. A lot of reading is what I primarily remember. And getting stuck. I think I got stuck at least once, maybe twice. Didn't do anything for the stream. It's a weird one for this one. I think they're both bad. I think whatever goes ahead of it will just no doubt lose. So I think going off which game's better, I'm just going to go for Resident Evil 2 here. If you like Resident Evil to the point of you'd play anything that resembles it for a new experience, Cold Fear is good. But especially as it's on stream, where people don't know what it's about, maybe aren't that fussed about Resident Evil. It's kind of like Resident Evil, maybe the lore or the monsters or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna pick this one. Oh, we're doing this early. I think these are the two longest games on my channel. If you are bedridden and you want to watch the same thing for the longest amount of time, these two are your ticket. I knew it was coming still prepared. No, I'm trying to think in the moment with them, but these is like, fuck. Persona 4 Golden killed your stream, right? Don't want to pick. I mean, yeah, probably actually. Out of these two, obviously Pokemon did. Yeah, Pokemon was quite popular. Obviously, I still think the final champion battle in Pokemon Fire Red is maybe the best moment of my entire channel, possibly. So yeah, I really enjoyed Persona 4. Persona 4 Golden was very much. I was happy I'd finally found my excuse to play it, because I couldn't find an excuse before. I think that's why. I mean, it's probably why there's a slight hesitation, because I did love Persona 4 Golden, and I enjoyed the time that Persona 4 Golden. I appreciate the time I put into it, even though nobody was watching, or maybe like 4 people were watching. That's how much I enjoyed Persona 4 Golden. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's the thing for me, as a game, I would go back to Persona 4 over Pokemon. So nobody knows. No, man, you know what I mean. Stop it. But that was the thing, like, I could have just stopped playing and played it offline, but, like, you look at Lightning when he popped in, Puff Daddy, like, it was you guys being there that kept me going. But because it was a justified excuse to play it, is why I quite like it. But yeah, Bloodbane's right in terms of like what it did for the stream. Pokemon did. We had a lot more fun with Pokemon. Whereas for Persona 4 Golden, it was only the people that enjoyed Persona 4 Golden were there for it. So I think I have to pick Pokemon here. But just know that Persona is just probably now one of my favourite RPGs. I'm still here, right? Look, right, I'm tired. I'm gonna keep digging this hole. I'm really sorry. I love everybody that's here. Whether you're lurking or not, I love you. I'm not offended when you're either A, not here, or have the shovel, right? Look, I'll lick all your faces when I can, okay? Because I'm just gonna keep digging this hole. Sometimes when you're playing a game that you enjoy, but you look and you only see 3 or 4 people watching, you don't know exactly who they are. And it can be random week to week because people are busy with different things, because people have lives, and that's fine. He's just scared all the purple. Oh. But no, like, yeah. In terms of a stream game, Pokemon did a lot better than Persona 4 did. As much as I would pick Persona over Pokemon, I think they're both still very... I think Pokemon still wins over because of sort of what it did for us. Wait, talking shit's absolutely fine. I have no problem with people coming in talking shit. I don't mind that at all. Police Stories versus Portal. Now, I think Police Stories hasn't seen the light of day. It was done on Volk's stream, and I don't think he ever saved it. Never got an upload. Did it? Do you still have it? No. Okay, so yeah, Police Stories. It's kind of like Hotline Miami. It's that sort of top down view, but you are 2 police officers trying to like clear an area, but you've got to like make sure you don't kill civilians. You've got to make sure you don't die, because you die in one shot. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, we had a bit of fun with the voices. No one came to watch it. I think maybe 1 or 2 people came to watch it. But again, I really enjoyed playing it. We played it to the end. I'd pick that over Portal. Again, Portal... It got put on the list because I just wanted to play it. But as Volk said, like, Volk wouldn't have been interested in watching because even if I maybe forgot some bits, parts come back to you as you play, and you're not playing it blind. You're just kind of seeing what you can remember, which I think is a different way of playing it. You're not discovering things. You're like, oh yeah, that cool. We do it this way, fixed. So in terms of my stream in terms of the game, I pick Portal over Police Stories. In terms of a stream, Police Stories was better because there was that rapport between me and Volk, which was quite fun. Us having a laugh about how shit we were at it. It was great. Whereas Portal, it's very much sort of like, oh, he knows what he's doing. Yes, he's a bit shit, but he knows what he's doing. So we'll pick Police Stories for this one. Typing of the Dead versus Phasmophobia. Ooh. Typing of the Dead. My first ever stream. First ever thing I did. Yes, I tested some stuff out. Typing of the Dead was the first thing I did. I finished Typing of the Dead and then moved to Resident Evil 4. Typing of the Dead was the first thing I did. I want to revisit this game as a kind of like, I don't know, Disturbed learns typing kind of thing. I still want to learn to touch type, and I think my way to do that is with Typing of the Dead. And yeah, there's a special place where I'm just like, ooh, I need to find a game to play. I really want to play Typing of the Dead, so I'll do that. My keyboard doesn't work properly. So you can touch type already. I say I can. I can't really. Assume everyone can touch type. No, I'm pretty bad at touch typing. No, I can't touch type. Not comfortably. I can't type away like this, not looking at anything. I either make mistakes or I have to look to where I start. Well, there you go, something that you learn every day. I can kind of, like, it depends. The issue is, especially working night, it depends on the phrase. I could probably touch type advise user to reboot computer. Share what you know. Did you know that mentally pushing something in your ways was a sign of completed attachment? Okay. I don't know if that's spam or not, so we'll leave that there for now, and if it gets worse, we'll bin it. Hi, share what you know, if that's the thing. Whatever. Yeah, Titan of the Dead. I love it. Phasmophobia, though, brought in Laketta and Sarah, which, although not like a direct correlation. Oh, right, you found one. Oh, God. I don't know what that is. I'll not watch it because I need to get this finished at some point. But I might go back and watch that. As much as I don't like Phasmophobia, I think it's really boring. I think it tries to do a lot more than it should. I think the maps, where it's just the houses, are really good. But I think the prison and the school, the bigger maps, I think are just too... They dilute it way too much and you don't have fun with it. Also for some Phasmophobia, to be fair. Stayed for the crack. Yeah, exactly. But so this is a weird one because, obviously, the people that Phasmophobia brought in were kind of like the new age of like the community that watch my streams now. Like, genuinely, if someone said, "Oh, Scott, we need a fourth for Phasmophobia," I'd be like, "Yeah, sure," but only if it's the small maps. I enjoy Phasmophobia if it's the small maps. It gets boring pretty quick. Yeah, if I came on and we're like, "Oh, we're doing Asylum," no, I'm not interested. I think Phasma is more of a thing you can do with friends for last year. Yeah, but I still think doing that on a bigger map doesn't work very well. I think in a house it's a great laugh. And I do have fun with it. But I think on the bigger maps it just doesn't do very well. Is there another thing? Like DVD plus comedy. I could see that. Yeah, I could see where you could draw that from. Minus existential dread, yeah. And the sweatiness, yeah. There's a lot less sweatiness in Phasmophobia than there is in Dead by Daylight. I think we'll go for Titan of the Dead just because it was my first. It is the first Disturbed stream. Phasmophobia would be better as an asymmetric multiplayer. Yeah. Yeah. I think they are trying to work on that, but I don't know if it's any close to. But yeah. Go with that one. Oh, is this meant to be RE2 speedruns for this one? I'm assuming so. Jane%. I think Jane%'s going to win here anyway, because Resident Evil 2 speedruns, yeah, it's... Am I allowed to spiel anyway, or am I just carrying on? That wasn't me being a twat. I was actually asking. But yeah, to quickly go over, because yeah, it's definitely Jane%. But yeah, the RE2 is just Race got me into it. 4-5 speedrun for right. If you know, you know. 4 and 2 speedrun for right. If you know, you know. But we've already categorized RE4 speedruns in this. We've done the race. We're gonna assume it's just RE2. Oh right, sorry. I'm struggling. It's alright. Must have been a stream again. Yeah, it will have been. It'll have been trying to do some form of Resident Evil that day. It's fine. Yeah, it was mainly just because I had race, so just had race, and why don't you learn it? After last speedrun of Resident Evil 2, I fucking detest it. It's all kind of cool until you get to the end and then you die and then you're like, I have nothing to show for this. But yes, Jane% super special to me because it's the first time Jane went, you know what? Fuck it, I trust you. I will play a game that I've never played before, and I don't play games. And it worked. It went really well. People loved it. People loved Jane for it. I cried. It was great. I cried like a bitch. 10 out of 10. I still couldn't tell you. Like, obviously, like, it just felt really nice to finish Resident Evil 5 with it. But I don't know why I just got so like overwhelmed with it like that. Co-op with Race versus Hellblade. Now, the funny thing is, I actually want to replay Hellblade, and I was contemplating doing it on stream, because last time I did Hellblade was on my laptop, and the graphics were on basically 0. Whereas I've got a PC now that could run that fucking beautifully, and I really want to see. Weird sad note. I'm glad other people hate their finger. Hate fuck the E with the finger. Oh yeah, you shouldn't, but I do. But yeah, I actually really want to play Hellblade again on full graphics because I feel like my playthrough didn't do it justice. Do you want to do like a remastered playthrough of Hellblade? But there's no real place to fit it in. I might do it as like a bonus thing. It might be like a YouTube exclusive thing. I know both me and Volk have been talking about some YouTube exclusive stuff. He's got his own fun little things going on, which I like the idea of. I've been contemplating. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing it. I loved it. I love what it does, but I feel like I didn't give it like sort of the attention it deserved. I put it on the lowest graphics and then just kind of went through it and finished it within a handful of hours. Enjoy the combat, but the puzzles got repetitive and boring. Yeah, I still remember really enjoying it, even with that. I do agree. I still remember enjoying it. I can't talk about Hellblade, but unfortunately, I think the race speedruns win anyway. Oh my god. I watched a YouTube play Hellblade, and he found a couple of soft locks in the game, had him set everything. Oh, I didn't run into any of those, but fun. Yeah, the race one's gonna win here because obviously it's my bonding with Race. Something I never thought was gonna happen. He just popped up out of nowhere. I was like, "You like Resident Evil 5? Would you like a speedrun?" I was like, "Mint, this is my chance to finally speedrun a game." And it's the best thing I ever did. It's still my favourite game to speedrun. I remember Hellblade's one of the last games I hated watching. And was one of the ones that made me accept that I don't need to be healed. Oh, fair. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need something like that to remind you. Yes and no. He told me that you've done a 24-hour stream doing Resident Evil, and you're really into Resident Evil. I was like, he sounds like a dick, but I'll check him out anyway. I watched your RE2 speedruns. I was like, oh, he's kind of cool. Let's on his one needs his emote slots. Let's just gift him a ton of subs so that he gets them. That would be funny. No, it's definitely not your kind of game, Vulcan. That's fine. And it caused cake to happen. Damn. For me, special admin privilege. Yeah, hence to Mr. Midnight either. Jesus, I don't think he's ever done a mod thing in this channel for a long time. But again, that's fine. No one's expected to be here, so I don't have a problem with it. But yes, the long short of it is we're picking this one. That's fine. Oh, mate, fucking Alien Isolation. I'll go through it. Limbo's winning, but we'll go through it anyway. Limbo is a nice fun game that I really enjoy. It was fun to play through. Wasn't even a blind playthrough. It's just I enjoyed playing the game. It was fun watching me die a lot, even though I knew the game. And it's gonna win Alien Isolation. If you weren't there for Alien Isolation, it's on the YouTube channel. Feel free just to watch the last episode where I just hate all over this fucking game. Look, right, it's fine if you like the Alien franchise. I do not hate you for liking the Alien franchise. I don't hate you for liking this game. As someone who isn't fussed by the Alien franchise and made myself play this game is an absolute sack of shit, and I hated playing it. It outstayed its welcome for more than double the time it took for me to complete it. Yes, absolutely. As a walking simulator, if you were into the Alien franchise, and this was a game about you walking around the ship, maybe hear some weird stuff going on, but you never had to fight or hide or anything. It was just the experience of walking through the spaceship. Yeah, sure. It is a game for those people who like the Alien franchise. I argue that even if you like the Alien franchise, this game is badly done, and it was just oversold when it first came out. It was overhyped to absolute fuck. I think it's a bad game and was stretched out way too long, with parts of the game that could literally just be taken out and it would be better for it. Man, Volk, you shouldn't have put it on the list. I forgot how much I hate Alien Isolation. The best day of my life was not having to play Alien Isolation anymore, and it took me like 4 or 5 weeks to finish it. I don't know how many episodes it is now, but it might even be longer than that. I hated Alien Isolation. So yeah, if you like Alien Isolation, that's fine. I just absolutely detested it, but I argue it's a bad game, and I don't do that very often. I'm usually very open to accepting any video game, even the ones that Volk throws at me. Alien Isolation, though, I don't like. Moving on. Bioround, sure. Bind of Isaac, I haven't played that much. Really loved it, but really slow. Fair. What a screen grab of day one playing it versus final day. Just feels kind of different to despair. Mate, there'll be some right ones. You really loved it, but really slow. Yeah, but again, you'll probably. I imagine you maybe like the franchise, which I imagine would help a lot, but it just didn't for me. What a Primal Pursuit versus This War of Mine. This is so difficult. These are right. So Primal Pursuit was a great game I didn't know I wanted until Volk gave it to me and was like, "Fuck it, mate, you're playing this." It's also the only game I've streamed where the developers actually commented on my video saying, "Oh, we're glad you liked it. Looks like you had fun with it. Yeah, you didn't do well with that mammoth though." Like, I really enjoy Primal Pursuit, and I like that the developers saw my stream of it and went, "Oh yeah, cool that you like the game. Cool that you like the game." Just felt like I'd kind of done something. What am I missing that I don't want to? You know, what are you missing that you don't want to? What? Play Primal Pursuit. Everybody play Primal Pursuit. It's a great game. This War of Mine is... It's an unfinished series, and the issue is, because I've dragged it out as a filler thing, I don't think I'll ever get it finished. Or I'll never get, like, more of it done. Obviously, I had Ipsies help me quite a lot with that one. I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much if it wasn't for Ipsies help me out with it, because it's very in-depth in what you can do and what you should do. You can lose very quickly if you do the wrong thing. I had a lot of help with that, and I really enjoyed it. But I don't think I'll ever get to finishing it now. That's the thing, I enjoyed both of these for completely different reasons. In terms of for the stream, I don't think either of these added anything in particular. Like I say, this one mine's a filler one. Primal Pursuit didn't even take an entire stream, it took part of the stream. But I did enjoy it, and people had fun watching it. Yeah, it is kind of how it feels. Yeah, exactly. So I guess to try and just sort of balance it out, if you were to put both things in front of me now and say which one do I want to play, I think it'll be this War of mine. I just I could see myself coming back to this War of mine a lot more. Whereas Primal Pursuit, you kind of play like, oh, that was fun. I've played all the cups. I've tried all the characters. I'll move on now. And maybe that's how it works. So yeah, we'll go this War of mine. That was a hard one though. Movies Jump Scare Mansion versus Stranger's Wrath. Neither of these should win. Neither of them should win. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion made me physically hurt. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. It's just for someone. No, there won't be any spoilers. Won't be any yeah. Also, everyone in chat. Race is playing this on Tuesday, so no spoilers for it. But it's what Race already knows anyway for me, which is I can't describe the way I am with jump scares. It's basically a panic attack. It's basically an anxiety attack with jump scares. I'm not scared. I just get really anxious to the point I seize up and I hurt and I don't talk and I just try to concentrate or try to look away or scream. I don't know, but I wouldn't say I'm scared. It's not how I would describe it. I wouldn't say it's a fear, but maybe it is. That's just how I try to balance it out in my head. But really, I just fucking jump scares are stupid. You are scared? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I can live with it. I don't know. It's just for me, scared and fear is more of like existential thing. But I guess it is when if I knew I was going to get jump scared at some point, I'd be a wreck forever. Stranger's Wrath, again, it was a game I felt I wanted to play because I remember it fondly. I wanted to try it out. Very few people watched it, and the ones that do were like, Scott, this game's shit. A lot of the game I just kind of sort of like blasted my through and never played it as intentionally. You're scared of being scared of what's happening. Yeah, okay, yes. And for that reason, it doesn't go anywhere past that either. Yeah, okay, yeah, that works. I don't want either of these to win. I'm gonna pick Stranger's Wrath because I don't want jump scare again. I don't want jump scares to win because any stream where I'm jumping, I hate because I either genuinely hurt or I just feel horrible afterwards. But this is gonna lose to just whatever because another failed experiment where I thought I liked the game, but A, it went on a bit too long. B, it turned out not to be very good in the end. It got very samey. The storyline didn't pay off. It was like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. Yeah. That's it for that. Oh, the Bunker versus Silent Hill. Right, this is one surprisingly easy, actually. Silent Hill again. I prefer Silent Hill 2, but I didn't want to go and play Silent Hill 2, which I still haven't done yet, before playing Silent Hill 1. It seemed unfair, so I've played Silent Hill 1. However, again, kind of like Parasite Eve, the first one isn't that good. It hasn't aged very well. It's very slow. It's very samey. Nothing much happens. The storyline's whatever. Yeah, and you don't like it here. Bunker, I can't remember who suggested it. It could have been Vulcan again, to be fair. I don't know. I think it was. I was super paranoid of jump scares. There wasn't that many. I appreciated that. The Bunker had that perfect balance of like a really eerie story, good atmosphere. Not many, didn't rely on jump scares. It was just like the story would unfold in front of you and you had that dread of like, shit, I'm trapped in this bunker. Don't really know what's going on. Without the whole paranormal, jump scary, ghosts, whatever thing going on. It did have jump scares, but I think it didn't overuse them. I didn't mind them when they happened. They weren't massively telegraphed, so when they did happen, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, the Bunker was, if you haven't played the bunker, play it. If you feel like you don't want to play it, watch my playthrough. It was fantastic. I love the bunker. Yeah, Silent Hill. For as much as Silent Hill is a massive titan compared to this, I also love FMV games, by the way. Comes down to jump scary. Like, fuck at Dead of Night. Fuck it in the ass. I'm never playing that ever. But yeah, so as much as a titan Silent Hill is, the first one hasn't aged very well. Whereas the bunker, as its own, as a short but great experience. Night Trap joke stream when I've actually watched too much of it. I Dead of Night wasn't that bad. Right, I Dead of Night wasn't that bad, but what would it be like for me having to try and move around? Actually, don't actually know the bunker. The bunker is it's an indie game essentially, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I absolutely loved it. I wish there was more stuff like it, that I wasn't paranoid is going to scare the shit out of me like I did at night, which they seem to start doing. I didn't mind having it out the corner of my eye. That was fine. But to play it, I would just be paralyzed and I wouldn't move off the ground floor. I just wouldn't move. It'd be horrible. The idea that someone's following you or you have to lure them, I just couldn't hack. Resident Evil Village 24-hour stream versus Fish%. I was gonna say I really enjoyed playing Village. Village is now probably one of my favorite Resident Evil games. Tom won't sound to the memory of PT. One of the only games that generally creep me out. It doesn't exist. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I never got around to playing it, because I don't think I could hack it. I think it would do a lot to me mentally, and obviously there's a lot of games that try to capture that feeling, and I hate those as well. But yeah, I did like what I tried to do, but generally if a Silent Hill came out and it was like that, I'd be fucked. I'd be absolutely fucked. How can Resident Evil Village beat Fish%? I mean, how Fish% and it has Papa Scoops in it. I think as a playthrough, it's probably one of the best on my channel. So, I hate to kick Village, especially some of the shit that we're going to go through after this. But I enjoyed doing a 24-hour stream. The 24-hour stream will be happening again next year. I have no idea what it will be. A year's a long time. It'll either be for celebrating a year's streaming, or it might be for my birthday again, or if a game comes out around then. Yeah, I as of right now, I prefer Village to 4. But because Fish% in terms of what it did for the stream, in terms of, like, again, it exacerbated that fish god meme. And then Papa Scoops is on form in Resident Evil 4. It's fantastic. So yeah, unfortunately, I hate to kick this out so early, because it could be now one of my favourite games, but compared to this, just need to do 8 Fish% with Papa Scoops next. Yes. The Race versus Fable. Village worst game he's ever played, confirmed. Oh god. Yeah, it must be true, right? Must be true. Oh, Racing with Race versus playing Fable. I just love Fable, man. Again, it's kind of like what yeah, the demo was different though. I hadn't formulated the idea that Resident Evil Village was going to be my favourite off playing the demo. It's off playing the full game that's made it my favourite. Or one of. Which is I like abusing kids, Race wins for me. Yeah. I don't know though. Because again, for me, the race-centric content, I prefer RE5 to RE4. Mate, you're a great guy to watch. Almost as good as me. No, not the same. Yeah, like for me, the race-centric content, Resident Evil 5 is better than Resident Evil 4. That race was fun, but I feel like it was harder to like interact with each other because we were focusing on going fast. So I think I might still pick Fable just because, fuck man, I love Fable. But then I think I'm just enjoying Fable rather than the stream, because I don't think the stream did very well. Or did it? We had Papa Scoops in for one episode. I don't think that helps though. Shit. Oh fuck race, Binham. I'm not saying Binham, I'm saying compared to Resident Evil 5. Nah, okay, we'll put it through. It's still the first. Still the first. Yeah, also, if people want to do this a lot faster themselves, just to see what their favourite game I've ever done is, please follow the link and let me know, because I am actually really curious as to what people think, what people's favourite game I've ever played is. I think it was the first long-term game I watched. Yes, that maybe makes sense. This was for double. People love shit like this, man. Like tier lists. I want to do more tier. I loved tier lists. I've seen that there's a tier list for Resident Evil enemies, but I wanted to do a tier list for that, but in order of whether I would have sex with them or not. Just because the Disney one went so well, thanks to Volk. Oh man, I don't know. I feel like both of these aren't gonna win in the end, but what animals would you fuck from different animated franchise? Yeah, that's what the Disney one was, right? Oh, come on. This seems like an easy decision. Do I just pick race? If it helps, race will take it personally. Right, we'll pick Fable then. Yeah, it did help, I guess. Fahrenheit versus Beyond Eyes. Right, well, these literally came one after another. One's a filler game of the other. Sorry, Race. Volk swayed it for me, what can I say? Oh. Did I enjoy Fahrenheit? I believe I enjoyed Fahrenheit. I think I enjoyed Beyond Eyes more though, and there was... Fahrenheit felt like a bit more of a slog by the end, I think, with all the freezing and that fight at the end that just takes forever. It's just one massive quick time event, which I like quick time events. I'm very much against the grain when it comes to quick time events. I quite like them. Very dated. Yeah, that's true. Also true. I think that cutscene as well. I think I remember struggling with that quite a lot. I think we'll go with Beyond Eyes because again, Beyond Eyes was beautiful for the short time it was there. Right, this one's obvious. This one is an obligation. This one went quite well. Yeah, that's true. That's the only reason we did it, and we still need to get a Detroit at some point. I might prioritize Detroit at some point because I do kind of want a decisions matter game at some point. I just want to suggest games now, which is this. Well, unfortunately, because of how saturated the pick of games thing is, I have turned it off. But on the flip side, I am kind of just... I don't want to trade. I don't want to get nothing where I'm playing games I don't like because I just keep getting to the top of the list. So if you do want to suggest any games, just to say, Scott, I think you'd like this, but you might never play it, send me a private message over Discord so that I've got it, and I'll make a note. Just know that I might never get picked, might not nothing. It's just I'm kind of getting to the point now where I want to play games that I want to play. Like even after Pokemon, I think I might be doing something else completely. I might be playing a Mario game, but I don't know yet. I'm kind of locked in my head at the minute as to what I want to do in terms of streaming. I think I'm starting to resent the pick of games list, but we'll see. So if you do have suggestions of games based on what I've already played that you think I'll like, feel free to ping me them directly over Discord, but just bear in mind, I absolutely withhold the right to say no, and I'll just never play them. But we'll see. Let's see a breakdown of your game wish list. Be a good thing to do. Of our wish list? Oh, we could do. Me still a bit of game list from you didn't work out as well. Yeah, like, I think that's the thing, like, you see some stuff and it's like, oh yeah, like, I do genuinely want to play that, but then obviously other stuff coming out of that list which could either be the same or overtake, or sometimes the issue I think I'm having at the minute is, you know what, a game will come at the top that I'm just not in the mood to play yet. Danganronpa's pretty high up. You know what, I'm still not very, I still don't feel ready to put the time into another Danganronpa game. I don't think it's been long enough, but it's pretty high up there. It'll be soon if I would go off that. So that's why I'm kind of like just crowbarring in my own stuff in the middle, just kind of space it out a bit. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, thankfully, I'd like to think you'll come and watch me play pretty much anything, because a lot of you are here for me, not the game, which I do not take for granted. I go live every single time, just waiting for you to be like, nah, I'm not watching today, and I just have 0 views for the entire thing. I'm still waiting for that day, and thankfully it hasn't come yet. But yeah. Anywho, yes, Pokemon wins over Resident Evil. Resident Evil was very scripted because I already knew it. Pokemon was really fun, and it has some of the best moments on the channel. Police Stories vs Titan of the Dead. Unfortunately, I do prefer Titan of the Dead out of these two. We should schedule that day in secret. Please don't. That would be terrifying. I'd actually be terrified. Don't tell him in his own chat. Yeah. Even on a baseline, I'd prefer Titan of the Dead over Police Stories. I did like Police Stories. It was a fun experience. It's not a game I would normally play. Tends to be the kind of thing that happens with Volk. I'll either love it or I'm like, no, fuck off. That one I did enjoy it, especially with other people. Everyone in Discord except Scott. That's called a server mate. But yeah, Titan of the Dead was the first, and I want to play Titan of the Dead again. So. Oh no! Oh shit, man! Oh, I actually didn't see this coming. Shit! Who do you want to fuck more? Shit! Unfortunately for Race, the answer is more obvious than he wants it to be. Because at the end of the day, Jane hadn't played any Resident Evil, hadn't played any game past Sims until I forced her to play Until Dawn, and then even still, that's like obviously not too taxing on the old skills. Because you're such a simp, mate. Like I tend, oh mate, the fact that she actually played it was great. Oh no, that's actually really hard. If Jane had already played a Resident Evil game, if Jane had already played like shooters and stuff, and was a gamer, like not in general, I would probably pick you because it was my getting into speedrunning properly, and again, Resident Evil 5 is still my favorite game to speedrun at the minute. I hate the fact that we can't just always do that, because I have fun with it, and I don't think doing it solo is going to be anywhere near as fun, even on like the smaller runs. Yeah, if Jane was a hashtag gamer girl, 320 no scope and all over the place, I'd probably pick Race because the speedrunning I appreciate more. But the fact that Jane Paula trusted me to take her through that, and she actually came out enjoying it, was just like a nice package for me. You know, if you don't pick me, I'll play on Monday. You know what? I will try and call your bluff on that, because I think you love me more than you make out. So I'm picking Jane. I'll have it installed. Sure, I could speedrun it for the first time ever if needs be. I think what whichever bits are hard. You probably could. I'd have to learn the crisp bits, like, but because the crisp bits are more taxing. Well, no more if I should. No more you. See what your view is now. Other than Chris, it's the last check, so it'll be fine, race. It'll be fine. You'll forget about it. It's all right. Limbo versus Bind of Isaac. Bind of Isaac was my first filler idea. I just didn't use it ever again. It was the idea of, it's a game that I've always liked the idea of, but never played enough to get good at. Bloodbeard really liked the idea. Wait, what did you just add? Shit. Oh, well done. Fuck. Yeah, that's a good one. I hate just saying successfully added quad, because I just don't look properly. Damn, that was good. Yeah, out of context, it is amazing. Well done. Very well done. Yeah, Binding of Isaac was a filler game. I wanted to like learn how to play it. I wanted to enjoy it a bit more. Very quickly, I already learned that I wasn't that fussed by it. But again, maybe just didn't put the time into it, and maybe would get there eventually. But compared to Limbo, I still just love the atmosphere of Limbo, and I'd always pick that over this. So this Warman vs Stranger's Wrath, again, Stranger's Wrath I just did not like. Need to commit 22 to memory. Yeah, this War of Mine compared to Stranger's Wrath, like, I love this War of Mine. And Stranger's Wrath was just a bad experiment. It was just, the nostalgia didn't carry me as far as I wanted to, and I lost it. So the bunker versus Fish Percent. I think for effect that it had on stream, I think I have to pick Fish Percent with Papa Scoops. There's just more going on there. As much as I loved the bunker, and I would recommend anybody play it or watch my playthrough of it. Playthrough is a really good playthrough. Yeah, I think this, because the other thing I mentioned earlier, my first ever playthrough of RE4, I didn't like very much. I didn't like the way I did it. I think I just panicked and wanted to get it done. Whereas this, I played much more leveled. Jesus Christ. So, I enjoy playing games with you. I've always enjoyed playing games with you. Yes, it depends on the game, but if I'm playing multiplayer with people that I know, I tend to enjoy it more than a single player experience a lot of the time. Was it? Oh well, it's just the joys of the quotes. Just, I don't even pray to Jesus and use your mouth. I don't get it. But whatever. Resident Evil 2, I have no idea. But yeah, compared to these two, yeah, this one just does a lot more. It's my preferred playthrough of Resident Evil 4. If you want to watch a full playthrough where I collect everything. Papa Skips is there, which makes it hilarious. And Fish Percent, so it's got them origins there. It's got them balls. So I'll have Fable versus Beyond Eyes. Probs had a karaoke too. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure Papa Skips always has a couple of karaoke's in. Which I managed to recover some. I think the recent ones just got absolutely shredded by Twitch, so I couldn't get them. But yeah. Fable versus Beyond Eyes. Imagine if you finish. Yeah, like, I tend to trust Volk on how long things are going to take, because I think he's watched all of the quizzes, so knows how long it take on them. So yeah, sorry. Are we all just peacefully waiting in Oh no, we're not. That's okay, that's fine. I think maybe they could have been finished before. Yeah, probably. I am enjoying it though. Again, this is one of the best things I've ever done. I've lived. Really, maybe not happening. I feel like shit, but I'm having fun. So I just had a quick check because I'd have felt even worse if he's all just sat there. Takes an old person 10 minutes on booking you in for 2 hours. Yeah, it is also a special occasion. Fable versus Beyond Eyes. I just love Fable. Like, when I finally get round to playing, when I finally get round to playing Fable 2 on stream, you'll just see me just nerdgasm all over the place. It was one of my first. Fable is one of the first games that I fell in love with when no one else told me to play it. I just picked it up and played it. And I just absolutely adored it. Whereas everything else, I've had an influence from somebody else. Resident Evil from my dad, Silent Hill from my dad. Oblivion, which I really like, is from like school friends. And past that, I haven't loved the game as much as I have Fable. And it's one of the ones where I felt like I discovered it myself. It was me and Fable, and we made love and we shot gnomes in the face. Don't worry about it. Anywho. But the first one's not that, so that's why it's more balanced than it should be. I don't know what to pick here. I thought it was that game for me. Grow up and find everything I loved. Oh, fair. No, that's fair. That's the thing. Fable's still that really like niche thing. I just sort of, the people that love it absolutely adore it, but the people that kind of like, most people just haven't heard of it or aren't fussed by it, which is fair. I think I might go with Beyond Eyes actually. I know I've literally just been simping over Fable for like the past 5 minutes, but that was Fable 2 that I was talking about. Fable 1, especially as a stream as well, it didn't do as much. GTA 2 for you. 8-year-old me go around killing prostitutes. Brilliant. In a Christian household as well. Fantastic. If it was Niche Final Assembly had a more spin-off than Richard Hammond. Wow. Brilliant. I love that joke. I think I'm going to go with Beyond Eyes because again it was just something different. And in terms of a stream, there was more funny moments in Beyond Eyes than there were in Fable, even though Fable was a longer game. I had fun being evil, but again, that was just me having fun. I don't feel like there was many opportunities to like, get chat involved. Whereas I just found myself having a laugh with chat and playing Beyond Eyes. So, surprised it's winning, but we'll click that one. Type of the Dead versus Pokemon Fire Red. Type of the Dead did well for a first stream. It did surprisingly well. Type of the Dead did better than some of my streams nowadays do. It did really well because it was a different game, but it was a game that people still like to watch. I don't know how it happened, and obviously it was my first stream as well. So a lot of people are finally like, "Oh yeah, it's Scott. Let's go and say hi to Scott." Obviously, people have now said hi, gone. That's fine, but like, first stream did really well. But then Pokemon did really well. Pokemon did really, really well and has good moments. So yeah, I think just put Pokemon right there. So is that like a? So ignore that picture because that's the modded one. That picture's the modded one. But it's on Steam. It's called Typing of the Dead Overkill. I might suggest it on your channel to be fair. And yeah, you kill zombies by typing. I really had fun with it, and the game's really fun. Again, it's one of the first things I streamed as well. It's not a mod. It's just you can download it on Steam, and you get the normal version with it if you wanted to. But yeah, would recommend. House of Dead Overkill was the one I played. It's the first video on my channel. If you want to go and check it out just for a bit of like demo gameplay, it's really fun. And you want to see Baby Disturbed and all of his starting off streaming shit. Right, with this one, Jane% wins easily. Again, here, unfortunately, out of these, Papa Scoop starts to win easily. Remember the janky? No, now we'd say modded version where you kill all the Z's by swearing at them. Oh, okay, that sounds fun. Out of these two, Pokemon's gonna win this one. Again, it's just so much bigger than Beyond Eyes ever is. Why does this keep happening? Jane versus Papa Scoops with Fish%. I don't know, man. What if Jane, your dad was in the room with you right now, staring? No, thankfully they're not. When you call daddy, the one that calls you daddy. Tough. Yep. The fact that I have to make a decision here is horrible. And it's not even the end. Is this where Papa skips? Oh, my Fish God's here, man. It's like the finalization of Fish God being a meme in the community. Like, even speedrunning now, I still have a fish in my inventory. Oh, fuck, man. I really don't know. Fish God was yeah, Fish God was a thing before this. Yeah, definitely. I just feel like this kind of like enforced, empowered, whatever word you want to use for it. Popularized. I don't know. Also Papa Scoops. What I mean is like Papa Scoops could be on par with Jane, but then the Fish% kind of push it over. Don't answer this and say Persona 4 wins. No, unfortunately not. As much as I would love to agree. No. I think we still go Jane% here, don't we? Because again, it's just such a big moment. For me, at least. Yeah, fuck it. Pokemon versus Jane%. I think this is where Pokemon loses. Because right now, what we're looking at here is what we're looking at here is what's brought Jane% through so much is the effect that's had on me, the way it's made me feel playing it. And playing Resident Evil 5 with Jane felt so much better than playing Pokemon. Fire Red had new Jane. It did have new Jane. I believe it was a Rattata. Massive bulbs and a whip, that's both games. This had some really good moments. But, well, no, sorry, no. At this point, the only good moment in Pokemon is that last fight, which I think, again, I would say is the best moment on the entire channel. So why don't I think it should win? I think it's because Jane% like such an accomplishment to me, on so many different levels. A lot of them not on stream, so I think yeah. But I think it's gonna fall at the last hurdle, you know. That's true, which I think is why it might win here as well. before this then? Let's say third. Danganronpa versus Red. Don't go through. Oh, what? To pick Danganronpa versus Red is rough. Because, yeah, like, I can see why you put them together. It's a long game that's had moments. Maybe... I don't know. Because Red... probably enjoyed Red more in the long run. No, I think I picked Danganronpa. Shit. No, I don't know. I don't actually know. Do I actually have to answer that? Because Danganronpa did more for the channel in terms of like it gave me ideas for stuff. Like I like to say because of the cosplay and the other stuff. But then yeah, like I love that feeling of completing Pokemon Red. If I had to send one. Oh, fair. Oh, but if it gave you a choice, you would have made me choose. Okay. I mean, obviously, neither of them would win. Would get to the end. I guess if I was putting one forward. Oh, sorry. I see why you've done it now. Yeah, because that's what you say. What would come third? Probably Pokemon, because it did better for the channel. It performed better, as if we were to grind down to... If we're saying it's level on everything else, the thing that 3 is better on... The thing that Red is better on was my viewership. So yeah, Pokemon third, then Danganronpa fourth. And then Prey second. And then... So there we go. There we have it. Can't believe Village got put out so early. It's so sad. So I'm gonna download this. Yeah, saved. I don't know if there's somewhere for me to post this where we can all post them. Do you think we just... Should I just drop them in general? My predictions, 24-hour stream. Alright, your predictions were 24-hour stream first, Danganronpa 2, and some Resident Evil 3. Oh, right, okay. That's what you thought I would guess. Oh, okay. No, fair. So, I mean, if anybody else wants to take this, I don't know if you want to drop the link in there again, Volk. But again, this is... What were your favourite streams of any that I've done, whether you've watched them or not? Spectre and Jane and Papa, not the rest. I didn't know how high Prey was going to make it until I did this right now. It just kind of shows how much of an effect it had on me, because it was a long game, but it paid off at the end. It was super long, but it paid off. A lot of the higher ones you can see, it's either because of the Resident Evil, because obviously, or because of how well they performed, or they've had a knock-on effect on the channel where an element in that is still active now. So for Prey, it's the quizzes, but then it was a great game. The Pokemon, again, it's got one of my favourite moments of the entire channel. Jane%, obviously, it was getting Jane to finally play a game with me. Danganronpa, as much as it didn't perform very well, there's a lot of stuff carried over with the Scream Towel and everything. And Resident Evil 4 Fish% because Fish God. Which, yes, like Volk said, it was a thing beforehand, but I do feel like it could have died out if I wasn't sort of like poking the fish, so to speak. And then after that, it's like just good games.